have some openings for some meetings today. If you want to make today the day you start making your dreams come true, they can help you with expanding or moving to a new location. There's one name to know. That's Chose Investments when it comes to that. They're a homegrown company making dreams come true for a lot of folks. Monty Chose, his son Scott. They can help you with a brand new project. Sometimes building your own facility is better than leasing. They can help you find the perfect location that's ready for you to move in. Find out more at ChoseInvestments.com. Dr. Alla Lysyk is back in the house, ladies and gentlemen, from Cereset. How are you?
Fantastic. I just spent some days in Miami, so how could I not be fantastic?
You did?
I did.
Wow.
It was pretty good.
That helps rewire the brain a little too, doesn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It so helps. Even just a few minutes to have lunch outside with that sunshine. Mm-hmm.
You ever find yourself outside at a dining establishment in a warmer climate going, this just doesn't feel right. I don't get this. This is just like
I don't feel guilty at all. I feel just fine.
I'm like, what is this like am I having an out-of-body experience here or what is this? Yeah.
Yes, it was fantastic.
I had one of those recently in California. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I brought it home. See how sunny it is?
I would imagine most of our listeners by now know what Cereset is all about, but I want you to answer that question. What is Cereset? Who benefits from it?
Absolutely. Cereset is a non-invasive brain technology that helps your own brain reset, rebalance, and relax. We use these proprietary algorithms to take information that the sensors that are placed on one's head is reading, and then it's converted into an auditory tone that is played back to the client, and your own brain resets itself without anything invasive.
I have done this,
yes,
and it is really relaxing. I mean, you don't know going in and what
you have no idea.
Brain scan, like how's this
we
work?
call it an experience because nobody knows how it's going to be for that person.
Here was my overwhelming sense: relaxation.
Yes,
total,
deep.
Yep, where you just all of a sudden, voila, you're asleep in the chair.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the initial analysis doesn't take very long at all.
No, it's about a 20 to 25-minute process where we do the introductory session, and that allows the client to, number one, dismay any fears because you're sitting in a comfortable recliner, a blanket over you, your eyes are closed, and we place sensors on your scalp that are non-painful, use a little bit of gel, and really nothing to be afraid of. So that is a great thing to dispel is the fear.
Who can benefit from it?
Oh, my goodness. From kids to, older adults. Kiddos who have behavioral issues, kiddos who can't focus, keep their attention on the things that, of course, us parents want for our children. People with anxiety, people with depression, people who aren't sleeping, just can't fall asleep and stay asleep and have tried every type of chemical agent out there.
You don't sleep, things get bad fast.
Yes.
Don't they?
Absolutely.
Your body, your brain need sleep.
Your body, your brain, your heart, your gut, it all requires deep, restful sleep to reset.
Let's talk a little bit about February. It is Heart Awareness Month.
Heart Awareness Month it is, and that means that we need our brains to be best because it regulates how the heart works. And so the heart is a servant to the brain. When the brain is dysregulated and not managing the show, the heart can be affected.
It's really amazing when you think about how the brain makes everything go, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. It's a central command.
It's the control center.
It's a central command.
Yeah. So, the reset, the process you have literally can tell the brain, no, or tell the heart rather, here's what you need to do.
Most definitely. Most people who are struggling with heart conditions, I mean, there are those that have genetic problems. People have disorders as a result of, something that isn't the most common. But most commonly people, aren't taking great care of themselves. They're overweight. They're not moving enough. Their heart becomes, deprived in its normal functions. And the brain has to reset itself in order to maintain that lack of function the heart has displayed. And so when the brain starts to pay more attention to how the heart regulates its rate and its blood pressure, and it does this through the autonomic nervous system, and our technology helps your autonomic nervous system reset, rebalance.
I want to let you know, folks, that if you are hearing some of this and maybe getting bits and pieces and, I want to know more, I'm going to tell you right now so I don't forget, the website has a lot of great information. And again, the non-invasive brain technology is what we're talking about here. So we're talking about things that I think affect zillions of people, and there are multiple treatments, but this one is non-invasive, which means this is not surgery.
It's not surgery, and it's not a medical treatment. It is literally an experience that allows your brain to do its own work. And that is what makes us extremely unique.
The website is Cereset, Cereset. So Cereset.com. They're at 3029 Brant Drive South, Suite B in Fargo. And I'll give their number in a little bit, too, if you want to grab a pen for that. So you touched on, kids with attention and focusing problems, behavioral problems. I love success stories. So, in some of these areas where you feel most passionate about how you can help people who just come in, tell me about some of the clients that you've helped.
Oh, let me talk about this young man, Josiah. Josiah is an adopted kiddo to a family, a wonderful family who just wants the best for this kiddo. And Josiah has had difficulty focusing. His attention's been all over the place. He's been more aggressive than he should be. And so with Cereset and using his home unit, he has just made great strides. He's able to get into social environments now and have much better behavior. And Mom and Dad are just absolutely elated.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, when you talk about behavioral problems in kids, it so often leads to prescriptions and side effects and worries about, how long do you take this and what, and then, it's a
tough battle. It's a double-edged sword for sure. Chemicals do affect us gravely, and they do our kiddos as well, especially a developing brain. Our technology doesn't influence your brain. It only assists it in finding the best patterns so it can do its best job without influence.
You mentioned sleep earlier and boosting energy, certainly anxiety, sadness.
Yeah,
right?
Just help. It helps a person cope with stress because when you bring your brain back to its factory settings, if you will, the default mode, I like to say, it's able to tolerate life's stressors more efficiently because what we define as stress has really grown to be the simplest thing, someone honking a horn and all of a sudden, you're going postal. And that is just inappropriate. But when the brain has been detrimented for so long and it's relearned a pattern that is not a pattern that it should be running on, it can create for us real demise.
This is something you need to be, obviously paying attention to. And some people are afraid to go too far. This seems to me to be a great way. For instance, if I'm starting to detect that my memory's slipping, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And generally, right?
Yeah, for sure we know.
You can't find the word, you can't find the name. Where did I put that, the thing? But when that starts to happen to you little by little, which is correct me if I'm wrong, just a product of getting older, right?
It's a product of poorly managed stress. It's a product of likely the brain has reset itself into a pattern where it can't take on new information like it once did and has no idea where to file it. And so when you undergo a Cereset experience, the brain is able to improve its set points so that when new information comes to us, we're able to store it like we once did. And all of a sudden, memory loss is not an issue.
So if it's just starting to happen. Mm-hmm. It's just starting to bug me.
Absolutely. Early onset.
That's the time to come in, right?
Absolutely.
What kind of a difference can you make? Can you stop it right there?
It's the difference that your own brain will make. When it sees that it's out of sync, it's not patterning itself like it was designed to do, it will reset itself promptly, and you will start to see more gainful memory attributes.
Wow. That is amazing. And the other one I find very fascinating is chronic pain.
Yes.
You can help with that.
The majority of pain is unfortunately seated in the mind. People do get injured, but the tissue heals. When the pain continues, the brain has reset its interpretation of the injured area erroneously. So when the brain can reset, it can also start to eradicate that loop of chronic pain.
The brains, as Dr. Alla has taught us, need the opportunity to reset, rebalance, and relax. And if you want to just try this and say, hey, this is interesting, contact the office, schedule an introductory appointment for $149 at Cereset. Again, more details at Cereset.com, Cereset.com. $149 gives a little taste of the technology.
Taste of the technology. We are able to see what your baseline data shows us so that we can better advise if Cereset process is for you.
And the nice thing there is you, too, will get comfortable with what's happening, and then you remove the
Most
unknown.
Definitely.
And,
Most definitely.
And they take a look at all that data and talk with you about it as well. I've done it. It's fascinating. It really is. So Cereset.com, again, Cereset.com. They're 3029 Brant Drive South, Suite B in Fargo. Or, as promised, here's that number, 701-566-5231. 566-5231. You have nothing to lose to try this and see if they can help. And they are helping so many. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Alla Lysyk, owner and operator of Cereset Fargo. And this is our little brainstorm with Dr. Alla. We do a little brainstorm once a month. We love it. And February's Heart Month. They can help with that too. Thank you.
Thank you.
More after this.
It's time for the richest